welcome to HowDoWeHuman. This is the podcast where I have very echoey audio.
Oh, yes.
And it's also the podcast where we have problems. We've been having them for years. And
Audio
we're
problems.
reflecting on the past problems that we have to see if we still got them.
Yeah.
I'm one of your hosts, Chris Binning.
I'm one of your hosts, Evan Cox.
Today we're going to be revisiting episodes 21 through 30. But before we get to those, Evan, I got to know how you doing.
I'm doing fine. I've somewhat come out of a long turtle shell depression. So
congratulations.
Doing okay now. Apologies to everyone. That is not the reason, but we did miss another week.
We sure did.
It did occur to me, though, both the Mondays we missed, both holidays, we could have just said we're celebrating the holidays. We can't be with you.
Yeah, we're so busy celebrating our favorite presidents.
I get busy with it. I'm dressed like Abe Lincoln.
Yeah, you go to the theater.
I certainly can't
see a show.
Podcast like this. No. Again, we had scheduling issues, partly for the reason Chris is echoey, and partly for what I'm about to talk right about now is so I was very busy with work. I had to travel. I had to be in LA for 3 days, doing various shoots and stuff. Sounds more glamorous than it is, but to keep it brief, very unfun, very stressful trip. Super heightened anxiety on my behalf. And so on the worst of these days, I'm at this studio shooting something from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. And I finally get a leave. And I'm going back to the hotel. And my fiance is like, if you can get here quick, the pool's still open. The pool was open till 8. I'm like, I was like 2 blocks away. Like, that sounds so nice after a long, shitty day. I just want to go. It was like a rooftop pool on the hotel. Just a nice, relaxing time. Let's go. I get there. Find. And it took a while, but I found parking and get my swim trunks on. Head to that 5th floor where the pool was, which sounds weird. They call it a rooftop pool. It was like there are like 10 floors, but the rooftop pool is on the 5th floor. Are we still calling that a rooftop pool?
I mean, it certainly is a roof for other parts of the building.
It just feels cheap.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
you
it
have
does.
a big old hotel and then like a 1-story shed over here with a pool on top.
Yep, rooftop, baby.
So that's a rooftop pool. And the other bit of information I had before I got there was like, nobody else is here. I'm like, awesome. So I'm not going to be bothered by people because I've been being bothered by people all fucking day. I get in there. Guess what? Right before I got there, someone else joined. And I hear a big old loud voice as I'm walking up to the pool. I'm like, oh, God. I get in there. It's this guy talking on his phone. His phone's on speaker. And he's talking about the fact that he's on a rooftop pool, or he's in a rooftop pool. And he's calling everyone he fucking knows. He's video chatting with people. We're in the background of some of his videos that he's video chatting with people to just be like, yeah, it's pretty, like, just major brand new transplant to LA energy.
Yeah.
The world is my oyster. I've got one screenplay I wrote, and this place is about to cower to me. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, you check in the background. That's all. That's LA right there. Chillaxing in the pool. This guy sucks. But then I can't help. He's talking so fucking loud. I can't help but listen in. I do get in the pool at the very least. I'm swimming around. That's somewhat relaxing. But then this guy he brings up it. I don't know if you remember on your drive over here passing, or if you're at all familiar with the city of Redlands. Um,
So,
it's
I
a
mean,
city
just a little bit.
right at the bottom of the mountain, kitty corner from San Bernardino, about the same distance for us, just other direction. And he's so it's like right here where I live, and he's talking about where he's wanting to move. So he doesn't live here yet. Obviously, he's staying in a hotel, but he's moving here. And he's like, "Yeah, I looked at Calabasas. It's probably not for me. I don't think Calabasas is for me. But there's
Yeah,
also
because
this
it's crazy expensive.
it's so expensive." And he's like, "There's also though there's this place called Redlands, and it's pretty nice, and you're still like 45 minutes from the beach."
No, you're
not to,
not.
not to use the verbiage of a popular meme from 5 years ago, but tell me that you've never driven around Southern California before without saying you've never driven around Southern California before. Easy
You're
hour and a
maybe
half to the
45
beach.
minutes. Yeah, you're maybe 45 minutes from Calabasas, my man.
It was excruciating. And then then this guy gets out, and this is not like a large pool, it's a small pool area, and he gets out and he just lights up a smoke. It's just
Hell
like
yeah. Put
pacing
it out
back
in
and
the
forth.
water later.
Listen, I had gotten in the pool the day before. There was a cigarette butt in the pool. I
Probably the
think
guy.
I know why.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just here to report, LA, this guy's here. So let's celebrate him. He's new in town. He could use some help finding a place to live.
Yeah. I hope he finds his happy place in Redlands, California.
Like everyone that moves to LA, you've got to make that hard choice between Calabasas and Redlands. If you don't live in California,
one of the most expensive places in LA
where the
versus a
Kardashians
place
live,
that's not really considered LA.
versus where I live, there's a bit of a gap. And I'll tell you why. It's access to that beach. This guy sucks. That's all. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing all right. We mentioned my echoey audio, and that was half of the reason that we couldn't record last time. That's because I moved apartments.
He
The
did
room that
it.
I'm currently recording in is filled with like boxes and stuff still, so there's not a lot of padding in the room to reduce the echoing.
You didn't move
But
Paddington 2 in yet?
yeah, I'm
That would
thinking
help.
of getting like an 8 foot tall Paddington bear to go right behind me to really absorb some sounds. But something that occurred for us when we moved, um, sometimes technology, not sometimes, it always rapidly, it's always moving and changing, but you get like, you have your technology pieces, so you don't always know that things have changed. Like my car still has the
Right.
key to turn instead of the button, but I know
Your
that's
Our cars aren't auto updating with all these new changes, and neither is
exactly.
anything else.
And so this apartment came with a lot of appliances that in the past we've had to purchase. So it came with a refrigerator,
Fuck yeah.
and it came with a microwave. Now, I haven't had to look at microwave like updates for the last
Oh yeah.
several years. I see this microwave, it's mounted above the stove,
Ooh.
and it's nice and sleek. So sleek that we can't quite figure out how to open it. There's no handle on the door,
Awesome.
and there's no button to like uh, force it open.
Why would there be? We live in the
But it's
future.
also like, I'm not going to ask the property manager, how do
How do
I
I open
open
the
the microwave? So I mean, it took us a little while. I found out how to open it. There's a little like notch underneath that you open that way. Gotta be honest, not as convenient as a handle or a button, but
Yeah.
as we all know in modern technology, functionality comes second to
Yeah.
appearance. So it
That's a
looks very
big,
sleek,
it's a
but is
very
not quite
popular
as nice.
thing to make it look as if you don't have any appliances at all. I saw
Right.
on the old stupid internet someone posting like, look at our marble countertops. This part of the marble countertop, which looks exactly like the fucking rest of it, is our stovetop.
Nah, I don't
And with
like
a
that.
remote control, I just go like this and it gets hot enough to burn a child's hand.
Yeah, I don't like
Not
that.
worth it.
I like buttons. I like a
Love
tactile
buttons.
experience.
Yes. Give me that.
Also, maybe there's a way to change the wattage, but not nearly as good as popping popcorn as our previous microwave,
Damn.
which sucks because we
It
love to
does.
pop popcorn.
Don't you like that tactile experience? Don't you ever want to do a little stovetop popper? Get the bag that go the pop. That's a good time.
No, so we have the like we don't we still have the like loose kernels, and so we pour them into this like little like rubbery
I love me a loose
thing.
kernel.
um, yeah, the military. That's what Hegseth was saying in his little speech. It's like no more loose kernels.
No more loose kernels.
Um,
Okay, so
sorry, by the way. A big apologies to everybody for, for mentioning current events. But anyways, no, we have the little like rubbery
container.
container, and then you pour the kernels in there, and then drown them in olive oil, and then pop them, and it's pretty the our old microwave used to be able to do it in like 2 minutes 20 seconds maybe, and this one is like maybe 3 minutes and 45 seconds or something like that. So
Wow.
it's
Detrimental to your day.
I know that's I should have known because it's something that came with the apartment, and so it's not going to be as functional,
It's
but it's going to
possible.
look so sleek.
Oh, you won't even know it's there. You'll lose it all the time. And you'll forget
Yeah.
about it because it doesn't work very well.
But thankfully I figured out how to open it.
That's
In
a big
fact,
step.
I found the way that I did it was I found the product number and I searched online to be like,
That's the
how do
way
you
to
open
do it.
this microwave? I'll ask Google, but I'm not going to ask a human being how to open my microwave. I'm too embarrassed. I'm also
Yeah.
not going to ask ChatGPT because ChatGPT is going to say something like, just use the handle. There's
Do you think
not one.
Do you think there's a guy out there named Chad GPT and he's just like getting real sick of this?
I hope so.
That's all. That's my whole question.
Or he's drinking a ton of water. I don't know.
Maybe that too.
Are you ready to look back at episodes 21 through 30, Evan?
I could
See
look
if we're
back.
better or worse at things?
I could do that.
All right, here are the 10 episodes that we'll be reflecting on. High school extracurriculars, high school gym, high school crushes, high school socializing. We take the Myers Briggs test. Promoting yourself,
Okay.
parking, Halloween, receiving criticism, and we lead a guided meditation.
It's one of my favorite episodes. I mean, this is tough. Over half of those are us already looking back.
Yeah.
at stuff that had happened 10 years prior. So
Yeah.
I think a lot of these are not
Yeah. I think that
necessarily
we
relevant
can,
for the looking back, but
I
I
would
do
agree.
remember our school series being a good time, and we had a lot of fun guests, and I'd recommend listening.
It's true. Yeah. I don't really have anything that I can look back on for those 4 episodes, but a thank you to Derek, Louise, and Mary, who were on for 3 of those 4 episodes. Appreciate it, but we're not gonna talk about those
And if
episodes.
for whatever reason you just happened to listen to this episode, thanks, Kaylee. We talked about you last time.
It's true. Yeah, I mean,
It might
thank you to
sound
all
weird
the.
if we're just like thank you to 3 of the 4 of those hosts.
Well, I mean, it was of high school extracurriculars,
Yeah.
gym, crushes,
Oh,
and
I know.
socializing. So, of those 4 episodes, 3 had guests. Thank you to those 3.
Got it. Okay.
And of course, thank you
I
to
caught up.
Kaylee and Wes and Katie and Gabe and Maya and all the guests we've ever had. Um, I want to talk about this Myers Briggs test because
Sure.
this is also going to come up in the future. I don't know how long after we did this episode that we took the Enneagram
Right,
test.
yes.
I can never remember what my
Which?
results were from tests like this. I mean, I remember,
Nah.
I know that the Myers Briggs is the set of 4 letters and the
INFJ much?
yeah. But I don't. Some people are like, oh, obviously my Myers Briggs is this,
Yeah.
and my Enneagram, I'm a Type 8 or whatever it is.
7.
Like,
Yeah.
I can't remember what I am of these.
No, and it's weird because I love stuff like that. You would
I do
think.
too.
Honestly, like even when it comes to what do you call them? Like astrological shit.
Right.
I know my sign, but like
Yes.
I'm not like I believe everything, but I'm intrigued by it, and I've looked up all this stuff. Like, what's my rising, my moon?
I know that's another thing that we did in a future episode that we'll
Did we?
eventually get to.
I didn't even remember that.
Mary came on and told
That's
us more about
yes,
those things.
That's
And
right.
I don't remember.
Through doing this podcast, I've learned so many things. I have so many numbers and words about me, and I don't remember a fucking one.
I know.
Is that a memory thing? Because I think we both care. I don't think it's lack of interest.
I do think we both care. It's just, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I only have room for one thing, and that's Capricorn, and I can't remember anything else.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll have to find a way to log those and keep them safe.
Keep them in a safe.
Yeah.
Someone breaks into your house. What the fuck is this? It says INFJ.
No, don't take my Enneagram results. Please, you can have anything you want, just not the Enneagram. I can't remember it.
I'll never remember it. I could write it down on my phone, but I'd lose that note also. I don't know.
Yeah,
So
I don't know.
that's something we've learned over time. That's new. We didn't know at the time that there was 0 chance of us remembering our results.
I know. Promoting yourself. This was an episode where we had another guest.
Yes.
Tori was on to talk about promoting yourself. Self-promotion. Are you better or worse at self-promotion?
I do it less.
Me too.
I'm in the tough spot now, though, of like I don't post on social, period. And I've very much come to the resolve that, like, you know, I'm not about to blow up with my music career, but I get into these little spots, little headspaces of like, yeah, I've got energy, and so like I have a TikTok account. I posted once a music thing. And then never again, which, believe it or not a good way to gain a social following. And so now it's like the algorithm just fucking hates me because I don't ever post, and when I do, it's, hey, listen, I made a song. So, I don't know. I've regressed. I promote myself as little as possible. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
I
it's too much still.
also I also don't promote myself a lot either. I mean, I rarely post on social media. I still will every now and then, but it's like once or twice a year. Um, I was recently, and we've recorded other episodes, but I've been guesting on the podcast Wind, Reel, and Print, which is hosted by a guest whose episode we'll get to in several weeks. But Ryan Massey has a movie
Really?
podcast, and so I've been guesting on there to do like we're coming up with movies on the spot, and so he released the first one. I think we've recorded three, and so he released the first one of us coming up with Muppet movie adaptations, and I was like, I do want people to listen to this.
Yeah.
And so I put an Instagram story out there, and it got like some interaction, which is, I feel like when I've posted stories in the past, it's like nothing comes up. And so I don't know if that's me getting better at promoting myself, or
Right.
I'm sharing something and I'm sharing it rarely,
Hmm.
but I'm sharing things that can contrast with the bleakness that
Yes.
most other people are rightfully sharing. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit of like awful news story, awful news story, awful news story. Chris is talking about Muppet movies, awful news story, awful news story. And so there's a little bit of a gap,
Yeah.
or it stands out more, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I don't know if anybody listens to that episode,
Who
but
can say?
who can say? But I did promote it, and I didn't feel quite as self conscious doing so. Although I feel self conscious now in a different way, which is that I'm not posting awful news story, awful news story,
Yes.
awful news story, and I feel concerned that my silence is seen as
Deafening.
complicity. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Um,
My thing with that, because I feel exactly the same way, and it's like, hey, anyone that wants to do the research will see like the only thing that, other than promoting himself, the only thing Evan has posted in the last 3 years is that he got engaged. It felt like everybody should know that. But yeah, it definitely does feel, like I should be, but it's like I do in my day to day life. The people that I see and talk to regularly, I talk about all these things, so they know.
right.
I don't have a big following to. If I did, I'd be a more successful musician.
I know.
If
Yeah,
I were,
I've
I'd be talking up a storm.
like a year ago, I think I told you I had some ideas for song parody
Yes.
videos, and I've like even gotten to the point now where I'm like, this is, I think, the way to do it
Hmm.
that is best for my time, my
Yeah.
production value of abilities,
Yeah.
and engagement on social media. Like, this is, I think, the winning formula. But I lack the motivation to be like, all right, I'm going to
100%.
do it and post it and then have to like promote them. I don't want to do
Yeah.
that.
And that's the shitty. I've fully just accepted the fact, and I consider it every now and then. But it's like I don't have any fucking money. But it's like if I
Right.
if I genuinely wanted to find success doing my music in the way that this works now, I would need to hire someone to just post social shit for me every day, take pictures and videos of me, I'm not going to do that. That sucks because I'm not going to do it. The worst part is, again, I get in these spots of like, yeah, like you're saying, like, that is a good idea. Maybe I'll run with that. Maybe I'll do that. But I'll take pictures of myself. I'll take videos of myself. I have a trove of stuff that I could just schedule to post on social media. I have photos, I have videos, me doing cover songs, me doing playing bass stuff. I just have all this shit that was intended to go onto social, and it just lives on my computer. I'm never going to post it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I will after
Yeah.
this. I don't know.
I mean, I still have um uh my YouTube channel Sassy Milkshake, and I still post there every single week. But I do zero promotion on it and just hope that the algorithm will one day pick me up and carry me. And there have
That's
been a
what we do
couple
with this
times where it
podcast also.
has. Yeah. There have been a couple times where it has. It just hasn't like been consistent, or like I haven't had consistent viewership after it's picked me up. It'll just kind of
Mm-hmm.
pick me up for a week and then drop me back down to 13 views for months and months, and then I'll go back up to a couple hundred, maybe a couple thousand, and then
Yeah.
drop back down to like 6. It's like
Yeah.
I just don't understand anymore.
Like a great example, and then we'll move on to the next episode, but like
Right.
a great example of where I just realized like there is a type of person that loves doing this sort of stuff, and or just has the energy to. And also a part of it is we're getting older. I think a lot of that personality type is just early 20s.
Yeah.
We watch Next Level Chef, cooking competition, Gordon Ramsay, and the rest. So they do the introducing all the chefs. They do an episode where these people are auditioning, and we watched one last night, and there was this guy on there. I had not seen this. Jocelyn had. Apparently, this was very viral. He went viral. It was like a college football game, and he was like dressed like security, but he was actually a dancer. And so he looked like he was being like, "Oh, security,
Mm.
push your someone away," and then starts doing a dance with the cheerleaders, and everyone lost their
Uh-huh.
fucking minds. And then this guy applied to be on Next Level Chef, and he's on there, and it's just like and part of this is the editing, but clearly he wouldn't stop doing it. Every time the camera cuts to him, he'd dance a little bit. He'd talk about dancing. He's wearing the same color shirt that he wore in his viral video.
Right.
It's just like everything, every quote from him he related to dancing. He's just like, I'm just gonna shimmy over here. And I'm just like, that's it, point blank. That's what I'm not. There's no world. That's even a thing without, like, well, not without effort. Obviously, he learned the dance routine, and it was probably maybe even planned by him, but it was just like a one-off thing. And it's like, to have that in you at all, to just be like, I'm going to keep this going. I'm going to go on TV and I'm going to remind everyone, yeah, I'm the guy that does this. I'm just like, I would never, I don't have that in me at all.
Mm-hmm.
Find me. If you like me, keep on keeping on. But I'm not good at this.
Yeah. I get that for sure. Let's see if we are good at this other topic though. This
Okay.
next episode was parking.
Okay.
I think I am maybe better at parallel parking than I was when we recorded this. It's tough to know because I don't parallel park a ton. I still probably will try to avoid it, depending on
Yeah.
the circumstances. If it's a busy street, I'll for sure try to avoid parallel parking because I don't want to hold up traffic because I'm weird like that.
I do
But
hate that
yeah,
when if there's a car behind you and you just have to kind of like, because there's no easy way to signal that other than putting your turn signal on, because you have to pull past the spot. Then
right.
they're gonna pull up behind you. It's like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah. So I mean, if it's an empty or like a quiet street as far as traffic is going, then I'll try to parallel park. But I do think I'm better at parking. I park. I reverse into the spot a little more often than I used to.
That's good
Um,
stuff.
I mean, Depends. Sometimes I feel like people who do it are just are also like it's the same thing of like causing more of a traffic issue,
Mm-hmm.
which bugs me. But
Yeah,
um, I don't know. I think I'm maybe better at parking. That's one of the things that I maybe am better at in these past episodes.
I
Not
was
that I
because
was terrible at it, but
I definitely, when we recorded the episode, I was very confident in my parallel parking abilities and just parking in general. And now I've moved to a place where like you never parallel park, period. Like
hmm.
just doesn't come up. Um, so I wonder. I don't know. Maybe I've gotten much worse. I can say I've gotten a new car that is only just a little bit bigger than my old Corolla. I've gone from a Corolla to a Subaru Outback, and it's only when parking. When parking, this car feels like a boat. Like it feels like, oh,
Hmm.
this car is so much bigger than, because I think I just really used to be able to finesse my little Corolla into any spot. This is like, oh, I really got to be careful. I've got like it feels like an extra 2 feet on either side. So I'm adjusting, but I'm a rigorous rear view camera user, and I love to back into a spot.
Yeah, that's another technology thing that my car I'm not caught up on. I do not
No,
have the rear view mirror or the camera rather. I have
I
the
don't
mirrors
have a rearview
obviously,
mirror.
but
Never caught up with that
yeah,
tech.
I never got that tech.
No.
Yeah. Um
That's I will never go back. Like it's
yeah, oh, for sure.
a learned behavior that is just like no, never.
Yeah. This new apartment garage is a little tricky to park in because of where the structural columns are.
Hmm.
And they're all like clumped together near the entrance. So you
Awesome.
do have to like
Eep, eep, eep.
carefully squeeze in and then you could go to your spot. And so things like that and like Trader Joe's notoriously will
Ugh,
always have the worst parking lots in existence.
terrible.
So there are things like that that I still don't love. And if I'm, meeting people on the west side of LA, I try to uh, Google Maps ahead of time to see where I can park. I'll
Ooh.
do things like that still, but as far as the actual like parking, maybe my skills have improved a tiny bit.
On that, not inviting myself over to visit, but but I hear you have a guest room.
Yeah,
How is
here it is.
hooray? That's a little echoey for my taste. How is like guest parking? Is there a spot or is it street parking or
It's street parking. So
motherfucker?
far, it's been pretty quiet. Like, there's
Okay.
usually parking near the building. Um, and then we have tandem spots, which I don't love, but also my wife has been parking on the street every day anyway, so like
Yeah.
it's been fine for me. But um, yeah, she's been able to find spaces close to the building like every day, so
All right.
it's worked out all right.
Well, then I am inviting myself over.
Okay,
I'll be there.
I'll see if you can squeeze your car through the the parking garage posts.
I'm out.
Yeah. Also, this isn't really parking related, I guess, but like the clicker to open the
Hmm.
gate is I cannot fully figure out where the sensor is, and
Yeah,
so I'm just like blindly, like rapidly pressing the button to hope it opens.
that's no fun.
No, I don't know if it's a sensor issue or a battery issue or just who knows, but it's I'm gonna need to figure that out in the next
Eventually.
couple days for my sanity. The next episode was Halloween.
Oh,
Thoughts on Halloween since we recorded many years ago.
I mean, again, since we recorded that episode, I live in a new place. And it's a bummer. Like, as much as I used to live in a big city called Los Angeles, and we wouldn't, I lived in a, I don't know, what do you call it, recessed, like down a driveway. My door
Mm-hmm.
was down there. So generally no trick or treaters. But I kind of thought, even though just a very long driveway up here, but it is like it's a small town, but there's not a lot of kids. So yeah, we get
Yeah.
absolutely nothing. I'll buy candy every year just because I hate the idea of being the person that someone knocks on their door and he doesn't have candy. I'm mocked for it annually, but who's getting mad at having candy? Then we just have
Right.
candy and I'll eat it.
Exactly.
I'll eat
Exactly.
it
It's
and
not
I'll
gonna
look
go to
worse.
waste. Yeah. What's wrong with
um,
that?
Otherwise, yeah, I don't generally do anything. I'm not big on dressing up and going out and stuff. I'm down for a haunted house or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. I love the holiday in spirit. Ooh, but in
Ooh.
my mind, it's a favorite. I love that time of year. I love the vibe of everyone dressing up and having a good time. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of a homebody nowadays.
Yeah, I feel like Halloween had like a big push as like it's Halloween. This is the big time of the year. And then
Yeah,
like it feels like this past year like nobody really cared. And so I don't know if
it
that's
really came
just
and went.
yeah.
But honestly,
Um
so did Christmas for me in a certain way.
yeah,
Like it
agreed.
might just be world goings ons. Goings
Yeah, it could be
ons,
the world, it could be us getting older. I just don't really
possibly.
know, but it did feel like holidays in general, but especially Halloween was just like it just came and went, just went on by.
Yeah.
I also don't like our the place we have just moved from was up on against the street, and there was a school nearby, so every year we were like, oh, we might get trick-or-treaters, and then we never did. um I think it's a lot of like, and maybe this is just like an LA or like bigger
Hmm.
city thing, but it feels like it's a lot of like trunk or treat events
Yeah.
instead of going door to door. um and I don't know why that is. Maybe we'll have to investigate that, but
Maybe.
yeah,
It's a safety
I don't
thing, I
know.
think.
Yeah.
We did have that this past year. Crestline's a little city down the mountain a ways from us, kind of the bigger town, and they had not a trunk or treat event, but just like a day where it was like the weekend before Halloween, and all through the house, there were a bunch of businesses giving out candy and even a mouse. And it was crazy. There were so many kids in costume going around, but it's like kids these days. This is what they're growing up with, and they probably love it, so that's fine. It's so different than what we did as kids, and I
Yeah.
will always see it as like, well, that kind of sucks.
Right.
That's way less fun.
um the next episode was receiving criticism. Are you better
Oh
or
God,
worse at receiving criticism?
I don't know how it's possible, but it is possible that I might be worse, and I was bad at it in the first place. This is my, I don't know what it is, big old chip on my shoulder or something. Like, I have the hardest time with it. I think I've gotten better at not being reactionary to it, but any
Okay.
and all criticism does cut me to my quick.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to get better at that, but I can't. And I'm trying.
Yeah, I don't know if I feel like I receive less criticism now.
Ooh.
So maybe this is another thing that I just don't have to deal with as often, but I do think that when I do receive criticism, um I might be worse at it also, because I think that
Maybe
there's
that's why.
an element. Yeah, it could be because I receive it less,
You're out of
but
practice.
there's also like I feel like maybe I used to, or at least what I was hoping for, was, depending on the type of criticism, obviously, and how it's presented, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I think that I used to kind of shrug it off as like, oh, okay, well, I'll keep that in mind, but also kind of like a who cares
Yeah.
thing. And now when I receive criticism, I'm like, how dare you? um, which is a problem.
It
But
is. I don't know
it's
how widespread an issue that is. Is that just kind of everybody? I mean, nobody likes being criticized. That
right.
is universal. But are there people that are just inherently like, yeah, like can just take that and update their approach without feeling
Right.
terrible?
Yeah, I
Hurting
don't
your
know.
insides. I don't know. But I sure do. Maybe I'll read a book about it. I read a lot of self help books, and I don't know that that's a place I've delved into. So, Doctor, help thyself.
Have these self help books been helping yourself?
You be the judge. um, Honestly, in the moment, 100%. But it's like my Enneagram and all that stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
it falls out of my head. So I will reread them, and in the hopes that stuff will stick.
Gotcha.
Um, but alas, still me.
The last episode that we're going to talk about today is, as you mentioned, one of your favorites. We lead a guided meditation.
It's one of my favorites because it's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really a lot that I feel like I can reflect on this episode.
I
This was
mean,
a weird one to be a
I'll
part
say
of.
that because of the nature of it and because of kind of the nature of our podcast, we never really did talk about. It was very much a kind of a bit for basically the whole episode where I think we did 20 minutes. We did like a 20-minute
It
guided
was something like
meditation.
that, yeah.
We talked enough about it at the top and bottom of the episode where it was like, I will do a lot of guided meditations, you do not. So I was kind of leading it, but both of us were, this is us improvising. It was very successful. We had a little music bed going underneath it. I found it very funny. I don't know if it translated to other people. I did get word through that some people said we have good meditation voices. Like
Oh,
we
that's
do have soothing
interesting.
voices, which was nice to hear.
That is nice to hear. I don't know if I've ever been told that before.
No, but I did
So,
get the vibe a lot of people felt that when we were doing improv. Like, these guys are soothing as hell. Not funny,
yeah,
but
I definitely think that they thought I was soothing because I stayed on the back line the whole time and didn't do anything. They're like, oh, that guy's
this guy
chill.
is, yeah, he's good. I had a lot of
Well,
fun with it. That's kind of all. It's stupid. Listen to it.
I guess then we'll transition into the wrap up for this episode, which is our little 5-question quiz.
Hell yeah.
Evan, the score, if you remember,
I
is
don't, but
74 to 66 in favor of me.
okay.
We're racing to 100 points very slowly, but we are racing.
Yeah.
I will share my screen as soon as Google Chrome cooperates.
Let's go. I am slowly feeling more and more like I don't have a shot. Like it's now gonna take me like 3 full episodes of just nonstop bangers from me. And but it truly is like, I just need you to be, I need you to do poorly several
Yeah.
episodes in a row. Because whenever I do great, you also do great.
How do you
That's
feel
killing me.
about French towns? Because that'll be the subject of question number 1. Which French town is famous for a spring whose waters are said to cause miracles?
Oh, man.
Apologies for these pronunciations, by the way. Evian-les-Bains, Vichy, Lourdes, or Nice?
I've got an answer, and it's stupid, but first thought, best thought.
I think I'm... Oh, God. I'm between two, and it's like... Do I go with the one that I think is extra dumb? And I think the answer is yes. And so I will also... I'm sure we have the same answer if it's
Are we
this
both going
stupid.
for La Bottle of Evian?
Yeah, we are. I was between this and Lourdes, but I'm also gonna go with Evian, and it was Lourdes.
I was like, that feels like the perfect story for someone to name a water bottle company
Totally.
off of. Oh, well. In To Kill a
But I
Mockingbird.
feel like Lourdes is also like that's like a healing. You hear like
True.
that's like a hospital like word that gets or name that gets thrown around. So that was why I was between those two.
It's also a singer from New Zealand who wants to be a royal.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah. Aww. In To Kill a Mockingbird, Atticus tells his kids they can shoot what birds instead of mockingbirds? Sparrows, blue jays, woodpeckers, or crows?
Absolutely no idea, but I have
no
my
memory
answer.
of this, but
I did the same.
I've definitely read the book. I've seen the
Me
movie.
too. Me too. And have zero recollection.
Yeah, I'm just going for a logic guess here. I'm going to say woodpeckers.
I'm saying crows. It was blue jays.
Blue jays. Why blue jays? They're pretty.
Yeah.
Come on, Atticus.
Well, come on, Atticus.
Jesus.
What is the deepest point in the Mediterranean Sea called? Messina Abyss, Calypso Deep, Challenger Deep, or the Hellenic Trench?
I think I need to change my, speaking of my music career, change my artist name to Calypso Deep.
That's pretty good.
That might help my career. Fuck.
Again, zero idea, but I have my answer.
The deepest point in the Mediterranean Sea. God, I'm on the verge of a sneeze. So I go another cut point. I can't get it. I've been about to sneeze this whole quiz. I think it's going to go away again. Awful. Okay. I'm going to say Hellenic Trench.
I'm going to say
Total
Messina
guess.
Abyss, and it's also a total guess, but Hellenic Trench was probably my second choice. It was Calypso Deep.
Calypso Deep! New record out next month.
This might be exciting. We might get all 5 of these wrong, both of us, and the score won't even change.
Good shit. That's me. A bank opened in 2009 in the Iraqi holy city of Najaf. Again, apologies for pronunciation. Specifically for whom? A bank opened in 2009 in the Iraqi holy city of Najaf, specifically for whom? Students, women, military veterans, or government employees? A bank.
God, I have no idea. I think this is wrong, but I have my answer.
Yeah, I guess I have an answer. This sucks.
I'm going to say women.
I'm going to say military veterans.
That was my other guess. It was women.
No!
All right, last question of this embarrassing run of trivia questions for us.
If we have this embarrassing run, though, and you still get 1 point up on me, this is going to be so sad.
In which ocean are powerful storms called typhoons in the northwest and hurricanes in the Northeast? Indian Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, or Southern Ocean?
In the northwest and northeast of the ocean, I assume.
Yes,
Which
I
ocean?
believe
So
so.
they're called typhoons up here,
Yeah, and
hurricanes over
hurricanes
here.
over here.
What? Why are
Wow,
you doing
that's.
this to me?
Oh wait,
I've got my
I'm
guess.
not even doing I was doing Southwest. Hang on, I gotta completely rethink this. Um,
I've got a guess, but also weird. I'll point something out in a sec after I've guessed.
this is bizarre.
This is
I
a
think
very confusing, complicated question.
I'm gonna get this wrong. I think, but I have my answer.
Oh man, wait, wait. Yeah, no, I'm sticking with my answer. Okay.
Okay, I
Am
am
I?
going.
Am I changing? No, I gotta stick with my answer, but I'm gonna be wrong. Anyways, you first.
I'm going with the Pacific Ocean.
That's what I wanted to go with. And I wanted to point out why is it the Pacific Ocean?
I don't know.
Strategically, I should pick my other one, but I don't want you to get too ahead. So I guess I'll stick with my first thought. Obviously, my other thought was the Atlantic Ocean. It'll probably be one of the others, but I'm saying Pacific. Let's just go down together.
The
Correct.
Pacific Ocean is correct.
Typhoons in the northwest and hurricane. The tough thing was I'm like, in the Pacific Ocean, the hurricanes in the northeast, which would be our coast, not
Right.
California specifically, but the American side of the Pacific Ocean, which is not super known for hurricanes. So I kept coming back to the Atlantic Ocean.
Right.
That fucked with my head. I didn't like that at all. Nothing about that quiz. That was bad.
And yet you got it right. So
there's something.
The score changes now to 76 to 67. 6-7.
6-7. Kids.
Remember kids from a couple months ago? And now no one says it? You remember? You remember because all the old people started to say it?
Did we
You guys
ruin
remember?
it?
You guys remember
Sorry. Fun while it lasted, I'm sure.
I'm
like
sure.
planking long ago.
Much like the Harlem Shuffle before.
The Harlem Shuffle
The
of
Harlem
days yonder.
Shuffles of yore.
I had to shoot a Harlem Shuffle video once. Also a video of people planking. It's time well spent.
You gotta get out there and shoot a video of people doing 6-7.
I gotta do it. Get me out there. Anybody?
Yeah.
If anybody wants to,
45-year-olds saying 6-7,
and they need a videographer, you can't figure it out on your phone. I'll be there for a price.
Okay.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Okay, bye.
That bye burst out of me.
That really did.
I know.
Okay, bye.